filtering the results of group by clauses with the having clause. Once again, the having clause is applied to the group by clause in order to filter the group by clause. In other words, you're going to filter out the things that you don't want. The groups that result from the select statement and the grouping of the select statement results can be trimmed down using the having condition. Here's a simple example. Here's the select statement, the function, which is used to apply the group by on the venue name. There's a join here between the act, show, and venue tables. After the group by, I'm applying a restriction to the group by of venues where I'm only going to allow venues which are starting with the capital letter C or the letter P, and they have at least 10 acts. As you can see from this query, with this AND logical operator, all the standard logical operator settings and precedence rules apply in the having clause as they do for the where clause. Let's take a look at some examples. First of all, let's go and get some rows. So I'm going to join the act shown venue tables and simply display them in my SQL Plus window. I run it through and I come up with 152 rows. Now let's go and group. Join of the three tables, count the acts, and group by the venue name. So I'm going to get a count of all acts for each venue. And here I have the count of all acts for each venue. Now let's do the same query, but restrict the groups such that those group venue names start with a C or a P, a capital C or a capital P. So here I had all these venues. Now I'm going to restrict them with the having clause. Now I have venues beginning with C and venues beginning with P. Now let's extend the having clause and only pull up venues which start with C or P and have at least 10 acts. And there we have it. Compaq Center, Curran Theatre, those two venues all have at least 10 acts. As you can see, Caesars Tahoe South is left out because it has 2. The same for that one and this one. And Cow Palace as well. We have these 4 groups in the result, and these 4 groups are omitted based on the having clause applying a count restriction on the number of acts that it must be greater than 10.